Hi Taurus, welcome to your full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus for October 28th, 2023. This is your full moon, but it's also your lunar eclipse. Um, Full moons close out cycles, and lunar eclipse energy can last anywhere from 6 months to a year. So both the solar and the lunar eclipse readings, I would check back on them a couple of times. If you get stuck or you run into questions, because maybe they are answered in these two readings. Okay, so you have as a focus, or the direction this reading is going, is 7, energy, joyous fun. You may be looking into the alternatives of having some fun, because the number 7 is a unique number. It's not cookie cutter. It's, the circus doesn't come around all the time. The fair is not always there. It's usually in high summer when, vacations are happening. It's just not something that happens every day. So there can be something out of the ordinary that brings you fun. And I mean, if this is the focus for the next 6 months to a year, bring it on, right? But there can be different surprises and different things that can pop up rather, and it is an energy. So maybe you just can feel lighthearted, even if nothing is going on. Maybe you just feel better than you have in a while, or things that are fun become more fun, more joyous. You can engage more. And if you are having difficulty, then maybe people pull you out of your comfort zone and get you joyous and get you in a situation where you can be having fun. That's sort of the direction the reading is going towards. You yourself will be focused with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So that's going to be your focus for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to say 2 weeks for this one. The Wheel of Fortune is karma, destiny, change, fortune, cycles, the unexpected. The Wheel of Fortune for me is life is a gamble. If you're at the bottom of the wheel, you can be moving to the top. If you're at the top, you can be moving to the bottom. And so the cycle continues on and on and on and on and on for eternity. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Rejoice when you're at the top. Suck it up. Enjoy it. Get the most out of it, right? Hold on to those memories, to those things. Hold on to them. A change of luck, the Wheel of Fortune. Something for certain, though, is that you can learn a lot when the Wheel of Fortune appears. There's a lot of good lesson there on either side of the wheel. But that's life in general. 10, of course, is the end of a cycle while simultaneously beginning something new. A 1 and a 0. 1 being the new, the 0 being that egg that has all the complete information in there for that cycle. Probably everything is unpacked now out of that cycle, and new experiences are needed to continue on. So let's see. You're starting off with a joyous fun, so I think that's a great way to start a new cycle and end one. So again, full moons close out cycles. You are closing out a Page of Pentacles cycle. This is my Capricorn card. These are people who can empower themselves as well as empowering others. They've just learned something new and they want to put it into action. So it is sort of like my graduated student card, but they're fresh, they're new, right? It's the page. Maybe doesn't have a lot of experience other than the knowledge that they've accumulated with the study of said pentacle, right? What they have to offer. But they're raring to go. These are things of the earth, obviously, right? So putting that knowledge into practical use. And you have a King of Swords. Okay, so you have a couple of people here that are pertinent to your cycle. This is an earth sign, Capricorn type of person. There's somebody who feels things very deeply. Capricorn is half goat, half fish. And so they have that strong emotional sentimentality or proclivity, right? They can be quite sentimental, but they may find it difficult to say their feelings. The words just don't seem to be there, or they can't come up, but they feel it very deeply. The King of Swords is, so this can be somebody with square features. This is associated with Libra for me. The King of Swords is pointy. They're sharp. They have sharp features. They have a sharp mind. They make their decisions through facts and figures. They want facts. They don't often, or if ever, or rarely, I would say, use sentimentality to make any decision. That's why they're great lawyers. I was going to say politicians, but I'm going to say politicians go under Pentacles now. Military, police, mediators, anybody that takes facts and figures and uses that, okay, to make an informed decision. And again, they can be quite sharp in features, so they can have high cheekbones, sharp cheekbones, kind of pointy eyes, a pointy nose, a pointy chin. Okay? They are often refined. That's more of the female version, though. But they can be. They can have a very refined look to them. All right. So those are a couple people playing out here. Probably the people that you're going to be having some fun with. Some joyous fun. You're behaving like a King of Wands. Interesting. A lot of players here. This is somebody who is fiery. They are long in features. Of course, this is you, so you're not going to look like this, but you're taking on their persona. And that is a leadership quality here with the King of Wands. This is the master of their mental world. This is the master of their passions. They take their passion quite seriously and blaze new trails with it. They like to get things started. They will go in first, right? They're the first to blaze the trails. They're the adventurer. If they're the first to go in, they kind of lay the groundwork, so they can also be somebody who lays down the ground rules, right? The rules and regulations. So let's say we're going to explore a cave. Then this guy's going to be like, okay, there's no smoking in this cave. Everybody keeps their flashlight on. If you find it difficult to breathe, that kind of thing, right? They kind of set those rules and regulations there. Fiery, passionate people. So there can be anger. The interesting thing about fire signs are that if they are not doing something productive and creative, that passion, which is a lot of energy, right? It's fire, can turn towards anger. So make sure you use this energy for productivity, for your passions, for creating. That's why the King of Wands is master of his passions. He creates something with his passion. Judgment. Okay. This is a reawakening. This is for me like the Phoenix card, right? Rising from the ashes. We're in a grave here. This is the clarion call. If there have been things that have been stagnant or dead or, I want to say stagnant, especially with Saturn in retrograde. And Saturn is moving forward in, I think, the beginning of November, November 4th, I do believe. So things can start to move forward again, that stagnant energy. That's music to the King of Wands' ears because, like I said, if there's stagnancy, if there's things that aren't moving forward quick enough for them, they can get angry or agitated. Really, there's like some internal agitation. But the Judgment card is the clarion call. It is a call to action. It is hearing, it's like epiphanies, right? You hear some information, you're like, okay, I get it now. Let's get moving on this. Let's do this. It's a reawakening, a rebirth. It's a wonderful card for me, as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a really good card. I really like it. I also think because there's clarity with it, right? You get the information, you get the call, you understand things, epiphanies, okay, I get it now, right? And I love clarity. Thus the cards. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, double, okay? So there's going to be a new cycle starting up. We don't know where it's going with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, actually we do. We know we're going to have ups and downs. But we know that you're starting yours off with joyous fun. So that's a great way to start a new cycle. So I do believe that you are moving towards the top of the wheel now. But this is what I mean by there's something to learn here, okay? Be in a position of teachability, right? Which is reiterated by the Page of Pentacles. This is somebody who's learning. These people have learned already, right? They're the masters or they're on their way to mastering. But there is something here to still understand and learn. There always is. Now, Taurus being an earth sign is learning something about mastering their passion. Right? Maybe you've mastered the pentacle already, but you haven't mastered the passion. Meaning like you're great at your job, you can do it, but it's not what you love to do. So now you have to find out what you're really passionate about. That kind of scenario. Life is a gamble. You may be taking a gamble on something here. Maybe these people. Maybe you're doing something that creates fun not just for yourself, but for other people. Right? Because there's other people involved here, very possibly. And you have the Star card. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's wonderful. The future is bright. You're being led in this direction. Things are under a lucky star. There's hope for the future. There may be a bit of vulnerability where the Star card is concerned. And life is a gamble, right? The Wheel of Fortune, life is a gamble. So there is some vulnerability with both of these cards. But still, the future looks very bright. Information, especially with that Judgment card, information that you have been waiting for or maybe giving out can really help other people. This is associated with Aquarius and Jupiter. And this is associated with the element of fire. And that's what I mean by the phoenix, right? From its ashes, it's reborn. The Star card, though, that's a wonderful card. I would say pay attention to signs and symbols because there is this feeling of being led in a particular direction, which is joyous fun. In a way, it's kind of like if it brings you joy, follow that direction. Interesting. The moon. Okay. This is actually an eclipse, so I think this is going to be an important eclipse for you. These are the fears that come up around this time that we have the ability or the opportunity to face them. And once we do, those fears dissipate. The dogs are barking at the moon. There's nothing frightening about the moon that we're aware of in any case. It just brings up those deep subconscious things that we prefer to push down. Your psychic ability or intuition about this situation can crop up here. But the moon is with these two people. And so there may be some questions that come up around this time that we need to kind of face or deal with where the moon is concerned. I want to pull another one here for this and get an idea of what that could possibly be. It's possible that these people want to help in your new endeavor, or you want to help them. Or these people are the ones that are having some issues. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Drink some tea. Okay. Rather, it's lime water. It's good to drink warm lime water in the morning. It's really good for your digestion and wards cancer. So I would do that. But it's very good for your digestion and other things. It's a good cleansing thing to do. Just warm water with a bit of lime juice. And if you do it daily, 2 of those days should be lemon and 5 should be lime. So you don't really need much, but it's really good for you, by the way. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. 6 of Pentacles. Well, this is somebody offering somebody help, right? This is a very charitable card. And so maybe you're kind of there trying to decide if they're going to help, or you are deciding, right? Because you have the Judgment card here of whether you should help them or you will accept their help. But there's some instability around it, or there's some fears or something that's not quite clear yet. But the Judgment card gets that clarity, okay? So I would assume that in the next 2 weeks to a year, hopefully not that long, or 6 months, this will clear up. You'll get an idea of whether you are helping these people out, whether you're allowing them to help you out. But this is a very charitable card. It's a nice card, I think. Very interesting, though, the warning of this particular card, which I can see here, is if you are helping somebody, what are they doing with your help, right? If you're giving them money, are they just going out and buying a bottle with it? Or are they, buying a meal to feed their family? If this can also be psychological, and this can be minor illnesses as well, but this can also be medication. So watch, be careful of medication. Especially psychological stuff, right? That might be just for somebody very specific, but I definitely picked that up. It can even be something as simple as if you can't sleep and you take a sleeping pill, but what's it doing to your body, right? And this is again with these people. It's not with you. If there is some sort of lawsuit and there has been this feeling of not knowing the outcome, this card will say that there's a moderate degree of success here. You know, the scales are always kind of trying to balance themselves out. 6 is a balanced number, so there may be a fair, balanced decision. Maybe you don't get as much as you want, but you get 6, right? You get mediocre, middle. And I say that because this can be, again, lawyers, the law, judges, police, military, that kind of thing. Okay. I mean, this can also be, if we're talking military, what's going on in the world, right? An unknown. Where are we headed in this dark situation we find ourselves in? Yeah. Okay, so the Hierophant card for me are large organizations. This can be the government, it can be the DMV, it can be religion, it's tradition, it's marriage. It is partial information. You only get part, right? You have to be initiated or you have to take a test and fill out forms in order to get partial information. Only holding up 2 fingers. That's all you get. It is my no card. That may be a judgment of yours, right? Because it's you and how you're dealing with the situation. You may be in a large organization and have to make some big judgments here, some big calls. Maybe you're starting an organization. You're going to have to make some big calls here, especially if you are the leader, especially if this is something trailblazing that you're doing. You may also have to get permission for something if this is what you're doing. You may have to fill out forms, stand in line. You may only receive partial information. You may get a no answer. It's that kind of card. But you have 2 major arcana. And whatever it is, it's going to help you form the judgment here. Now, we're still looking at joyous fun. Okay, so whatever it is that you're doing, you don't seem to mind. And to be quite honest with you, this card is associated with Taurus. So you're at home in this energy. You don't mind tradition. Two of Pentacles. Well, this is definitely things in a state of flux. It is weighing your options. It's holding, it's juggling responsibilities. But juggling is a fun activity. And since we're talking joyous fun here, this card, the wisdom of this card is to do things with a light heart, right? Not to take everything overly seriously, which definitely the Hierophant card would do. And probably the King of Wands, because King of Wands has to take on a lot of responsibility. But this is moving through your situation. Now, this can also be like moving finances, right? Maybe from one account to another, from an IRA to something else. I don't know. I'm not very savvy where finances are concerned. But it can be things like that, like maybe alternating credit cards or that kind of thing. It can be financial juggling, but it can also be responsibility, because pentacles are things of the earth, right? So let's say you, if you're lucky enough, you have to move from one house to another, right? Or you have several accounts and you're going to use one account for one thing and another account for another, or you're taking money out of your savings to put into your checking, or vice versa. It's that kind of energy. But it does leave us a bit on the emotional side here because of those choppy waters in the background. It's like a bit of a roller coaster ride, which can be thrilling and fun and exciting as well. And because the focus is on joyous fun, right? That's the focus here. So maybe, you want to go on holiday, so you're going to take some of that finance from your savings account, put it into your checking account so that you have a little more money to spend while you're out and about. It can be that. Life is a gamble, so you might be investing in something, right? For the future, which is the Star card. But it is a gamble with that Wheel of Fortune, for sure. However, the Star card does say that it looks like it's under a lucky star. You feel like you're being led in this direction. So I think that's very promising. And again, this could have something to do with organizations. Small or large, doesn't really matter. It's just an organization. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, here's your fourth person. It's the King of Pentacles. This is a very good card for this situation and this situation. This is affluence. The King of Pentacles is somebody who has mastered their material world. So you may be in the midst of doing that. Discipline, acumen. On the negative side, it's avarice, right? Unsavvy. You don't know what you're doing. Rigidity, not moving anywhere. So you may find that here with the moon. Acumen can even be the Hierophant, going to school, learning something, getting your degree. That's also possible here with the Hierophant. This is schools as well, universities, that kind of thing. But it is definitely mastering our physical world. For me, this card is associated with Gemini, but it is a pentacle card, and you are Taurus, and that is Earth. So this can reflect you in the direction that you're wanting to go. This is somebody who takes small steps to make big changes, right? He's patient, he's diligent, he's highly, highly focused on whatever it is he's doing. And everything else comes second. And that's how he got to be master. That's how he became so affluent, okay? Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Enjoy this eclipse, and it looks like you're going to be just fine. Thank you for listening. Take good care.